It's Al Cole from CBS Radio, host of the syndicated talk show People of Distinction, cluing you in that in our 21st century, I'll tell you, products and services are sold through video. That's right, so sell it through video at Al Cole Enterprises and SAG 14 Production Company. You got it, and right now you got it too. Enjoy another outstanding audio clip from our international guest list featuring my son, the fantastic Benji Cole, on People of Distinction.
And on the line with us today, we have Joseph B. Harris. We'll be discussing his fantastic book, Drug Addiction and the Most Powerful Enemy Against It, A Recovering Sober Mind. Available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or if you guys want to get everything that Joe has to offer, do yourself a favor and go directly to his personal site, masteraddictionrecoverycounselor.com. There, not only will you be able to find more information on Joe himself, you'll find more information on this book, as well as find hyperlinks set up to take you to the purchasing page. So one more time, that's masteraddictionrecoverycounselor.com. And I will say, Joe was brought to our network, People of Distinction, today by some of the best movers in the business, LitPrime Publishing. So if you have a book that you'd like moved, you already know. You got to move it through LitPrime. You can find more information on them at litprime.com. So without further ado, sit back, strap in, let's get ready for an education. Joe, first and foremost, what motivated you to write this book?
Well, I was a counselor for 45 years before I decided to write this book. I also have a history of addiction myself. I was addicted to intravenous heroin, alcohol, cigarettes, marijuana for 12 years. 1961 to 1973. I stopped in 1973, no addiction since 1973, including cigarettes. Wow. So as a counselor in New York, you have to be certified. You have to go to get 60 hours of training every 2 years. And I would hear all the new information and different things that people were talking about, but they just didn't strike that chord that I knew would help a person to stay sober. I said, well, let me write a book strictly about addiction and see if I can help people and also educate people. Because the first chapter in the book talks about the stages of progression that can be used for prevention. I go through each stage, of the book, of the addiction. So that's the main reason why I decided to write this book.
Joe, let's take it to the basics, okay? In your opinion, how does drug addiction start?
Usually it starts because someone who is a friend or someone you love introduces you to the drug. If you like the drug, that is the beginning of hell for a whole, not for everybody, a whole lot of people, but more than likely, if a person likes the drug, they're going to use again. And then they go through the stages. Drug addiction has what's called an accumulative effect, where it builds a stronghold inside of you before you even realize you have a problem. So you start off with recreational usage, having fun, partying. You can go to work, you can go to school, everything is fine. You're responsible. Your morals and values are still in place. Then you start using purposely. You're going to the movie, I'm going to the game. I think I'll sniff a couple of blows of coke or smoke a cigarette or smoke some marijuana or have a beer, and then you do that for a while, and slowly the addiction is training your mind from the beginning. Part of training means to guide the mental growth of a person, the mental development and growth of a person. It also means to influence. Training also means to influence. And part of influence means to command obedience, to command belief, to command acceptance. So as you're using, you're enjoying this high and the drugs is telling you everything is all right. Then you go to the non-purposeful stage where you wake up one day and all of a sudden you crave the drug. But no, you're not going anywhere, you're not doing anything. This is where I believe the addiction starts. So you get high, and you may get high before you go to work, and your boss recognize that you're high or something is wrong. And you say, oh, no, nothing is wrong. So you're not going to get high anymore going to work. You decide to get high on the weekends. You're going to start binging. Get high Friday, Saturday, go to church on Sunday, go to work on Monday. Then after a while, you'll be getting high Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, calling sick on Monday because the addiction is starting to take over. That influence is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And eventually you start to binge 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, call in sick, don't go to work, don't go to school, the drugs is taking over, and eventually you're full-blown addicted. And when that happens, your morals and values are going to change. Things that you used to love to do, you don't do them anymore. The friends that you used to hang out with that are sober, you're not hanging out with them anymore. I've worked with doctors, lawyers, scientists, professional athletes, professional entertainers whose life has been destroyed because of drugs. But they started with that first high, that first one, So these people come into detox and rehab. I worked in detox and rehab for 29 years at Good Samaritan Hospital in Rockland County. Worked with all kinds of people. And some of these lives have been destroyed for beer. Any intoxicant, beer has the same amount of alcohol. 12 ounces of beer, 6 ounces of wine, or 2 ounces of whiskey has the same amount of alcohol. So any of these intoxicants that a person starts with can lead to full-blown addiction. Mm-hmm. So the person, my advice is don't start. Because if you like it, there's no telling where it's going to take your life.
It's Al Cole from CBS Radio, host of the syndicated talk show People of Distinction, cluing you in that in our 21st century, I'll tell you, products and services are sold through video. That's right, so sell it through video at Al Cole Enterprises and SAG 14 Production Company. You got it, and look forward to enjoying other outstanding audio clips from our international guest list featuring my son, the fantastic Benji Cole, on People of Distinction.